Welcome to the 5-Minute Project Manager episode 58, where we break down everything project management into 5-minute segments. Today, we're diving into the first and arguably most critical phase of waterfall project management, the requirements and analysis phase. If you get this phase right, the rest of your project will flow smoothly. Get it wrong and you'll find yourself fixing costly mistakes later. So let's get into it. Every successful project starts with a clear understanding of what's needed. In the requirements and analysis phase, your goal is to define exactly what the project must deliver and how it will meet stakeholder needs. This phase acts as your project's foundation. Any cracks here will magnify as you progress. The waterfall model is linear, so there's no going back once you've moved to the next phase. That's why this step requires meticulous attention to detail. It's also where you'll spend significant time collaborating with stakeholders, translating vague ideas into specific, actionable requirements. Step 1. Stakeholder identification and engagement. The first step is figuring out who your stakeholders are. This includes anyone impacted by the project, such as end users, sponsors, and regulatory bodies. Engage them early and often. Here's a tip. Don't just rely on one stakeholder group. Cast a wide net. The end user, for example, might have different priorities than the sponsor. A 2021 study published in Project Management Journal found that early stakeholder involvement can increase project success rates by 25%. It's worth taking the time to ensure everyone's voice is heard. Step 2. Requirements gathering. Now comes the heavy lifting, gathering requirements. Think of this as detective work. There are several ways to collect requirements. Interviews. One-on-one conversations with stakeholders to uncover their expectations. Workshops. Collaborative sessions to brainstorm and align on needs. Surveys. Ideal for gathering input from a larger audience. Observation. Watching users interact with existing systems to identify pain points. Here's a pro tip. Always ask why. Why does a stakeholder need a particular feature? Understanding the root of their request can reveal the true priority or uncover better alternatives. Step 3. Documenting requirements. Once you've collected the raw data, it's time to organize and document it. This is where you create your requirements specification document, a detailed, unambiguous blueprint of what the project will deliver. For waterfall projects, clarity is non-negotiable. If your requirements are vague or incomplete, you'll pay for it later in rework, budget overruns, and delays. Here are some types of requirements you'll typically include. Functional requirements, what the system or product should do. Non-functional requirements, performance, security, and usability standards. Constraints, budget, timeline, and regulatory limits. Make sure you also prioritize these requirements. Not everything can be a top priority. Step 4. Analysis and validation. Once the requirements are documented, it's time to analyze them. This step ensures the requirements are feasible, aligned with project goals, and don't contradict each other. A common tool here is the Moscow method: must have essential features, should have important but not critical, could have nice to haves, won't have. Features that won't be included in this phase. After analysis, you'll need stakeholder sign-off. This validation step ensures everyone agrees on what's being delivered before moving forward. Remember, in Waterfall, changes are hard to accommodate later, so get that approval. The requirements and analysis phase isn't without its pitfalls. Let's cover a few common ones. Scope creep. Uncontrolled changes or additions to requirements can derail your project. Prevent this by maintaining a clear scope from the start. Poor communication. Misunderstandings can lead to incorrect or incomplete requirements. Use visuals, prototypes, or even mock-ups to ensure everyone's on the same page. Overlooking end-user needs. Sometimes projects focus too much on what sponsors want and forget about the people who will actually use the deliverable. Keep the end user front and center. The requirements and analysis phase isn't just about ticking boxes, it's about setting your project up for success. According to a study by the Standish Group, poor requirement gathering is a leading cause of project failure. Spend the extra time here and you'll save time, money, and headaches down the line. To wrap up, remember that the requirements and analysis phase is the backbone of your waterfall project. Engage stakeholders, gather detailed requirements, document them clearly, and validate everything before moving forward. What's your experience with gathering requirements? Share your thoughts in the comments below. Want to support the channel? Then grab your favorite PM. It's okay, I am a project manager swag in our merch shop. And that's it for today's episode of the 5-Minute Project Manager. Until next time, stay organized and keep your projects thriving.